Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry.
Bubba Wallace becomes just the second black driver to ever win a NASCAR race. He won the Brickyard 400 Ocho, and this is not just any race. This is what they call, in golf, they have the slam.
Yes.
In tennis, they have the slam. And in race car, they call it the slam, and sometimes they call it the crown jewel.
Yeah.
So Daytona, that is their biggest race. That is their Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Then you have the Brickyard. Then you have the Coca-Cola 600, which is in Charlotte. Then Labor Day, you have Darlington, and this is the Brickyard that held at Indy. So he won one of the crown jewels. He won one of the slams. So Wendell Scott was the first black NASCAR driver. He was the first black driver to actually win a race on the NASCAR circuit. When it was, I think it was probably Winston Cup back then. But Bubba Wallace, I'm excited. I had him on Club Shay Shay a couple of years ago when I first started, and he was amazing. And I know he was excited to drive for the Jordan XL team, but him and Denny. Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin co-owned this team, and Bubba Wallace, he finally gets in the victory lane at a big-time event, and very, very pleased for him. Ocho, what did you follow any of this? You big NASCAR fan?
Yeah, I'm somewhat of a big NASCAR fan. I've been down to Carolina and I've been down to Daytona multiple times to go to races. It's a great moment, great historical moment for Bubba Wallace. Congratulations to him and his team on this achievement. But I think there are a lot of people that don't really appreciate NASCAR because they view it as and just cars going in circles. But obviously not understanding that there's a method to the madness.
There's a lot of strategy.
There's a lot of strategy that goes into it. And again, like other sports that people don't watch, you'll never understand it until you are actually in that atmosphere and you're able to experience what it's like. For one, me being in Daytona and sitting in those stands with those earplugs in, it does something to me. It just does something to you, even if you don't enjoy that actual sport itself. But listen, for those of you that are in the chat that are listening, just give it a chance. Give NASCAR a chance. Go there, enjoy it, sit outside the atmosphere and feel the power of the engines. They're just it's hard for me to even put it into words and explain it to you because it's just something that you have to experience on itself. It's like going to the roller coaster ride. You know, riding a roller coaster and then trying to explain to someone else what it's like. You know,
right. You have to be there. You have to experience it for yourself.
You got to. So for those of you watching, at some point, just if you have a track near you, just go experience NASCAR, man, and you'll get a better understanding. Even if you don't like cars going in circles, you will enjoy that experience.
Yeah, Ocho, they're teams, and you try to pull your teammate along. You try not to, how you gonna set the race up.
Yeah.
If you can get to the front and you can slow it down. Certain things like that. But Bubba has gone through a lot. It's not like I said. It's kind of like with anything. When there are not a whole lot of you, kind of like Tiger and golf. There were not a whole lot of Tiger Woods. He had Calvin Pete and Charlie Sifford and Dent to follow.
Right.
And I think Bubba only had, I think Wendell Scott, that's the only one off the top of my head is Wendell Scott back in the 60s and in early 70s. But for Bubba to win one of the crown jewels, one of the slams, and I know how bad he wants to win Daytona because that's the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And NASCAR is one of the few events that have their Super Bowl at the beginning of the season.
Yes.
Most people have their most important at the end of the season.
You
have the World Series, you have the Super Bowl, you have the NBA Finals. But in NASCAR, Daytona, their biggest race it's their first race.
Yeah.
But for Bubba to win the Brickyard, obviously he was extremely excited. I watched him afterwards, and you talk about how he talked to Jordan, and Jordan said he was extremely proud of him, and he's going to have a couple of drinks for him, and I'm sure Bubba's going to have a couple of drinks on his own because that's a huge honor. No other black had ever won on the big oval at Indy. Like I said, that's man. That's a huge honor, Ocho. That's a huge honor. And I'm extremely proud for Bubba. Like I said, I had an opportunity to talk to him, and I know he wants to do well, and he had some lean years.
Yes.
Had some lean years. Things weren't going his way, DNP and things of that nature, wasn't finishing in the top 10. But hopefully they've kind of got this thing turned around, and they can be serious for the rest of the year and get into the final, get into the NASCAR playoffs. And who knows? But that would be a huge honor if he can win the Cup. Boy,
hey,
boy.
Hey, listen. You talk about making history.
Yeah,
that's making history. That Daytona.
Yeah, well, what Daytona's done with, but I'm talking about, because now what they do is that they have the NASCAR playoffs, and so you get accumulating enough points, and then you get in there, and each week they whittle people off. Well, now you drop, and now they drop, and then it comes down to hey, it might come down to the last race where only a handful of people, maybe 2 or 3 guys, have a realistic chance of winning the race, and so that would be that. I think obviously Daytona is the biggest. But if you can win the playoffs, whoo-wee. But I'm extremely excited for Bubba. He went through some things last year. You remember the noose incident that happened, and there was a big hullabaloo about that. And they said it was a pull, where people would pull the garage door down. It was just made like that. He didn't think so, but he seems to be on the right track now. And it's about racing, because that's what it comes down to. It's about winning. And I think Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin has given him a great car to drive. NASCAR is very competitive.
Yes.
It's a very expensive sport.
Very.
Hey,
Unc, the more you win, right, the better the sponsors. I know you got Mike. I know you got, brother Hamlin, right?
Yeah, Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, but listen, the more you win, the sponsors, the more money that you're allowed to pour into your car.
Yes.
The more money allowed to pour into your car, the better performing car you get.
Right.
So, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. You got Joe Gibbs, and you got Jack Roush, and you got Penske, and you got Rick Hendricks. Rick Hendricks is the big guy in NASCAR.
Big man.
And those guys are based out of all those guys. Charlotte is the NASCAR capital. That's where the NASCAR Hall of Fame is located, up there in Mooresville and Mechanicsville and Kannapolis. That's where all the guys have their garages and do their testing up there. But this is a huge honor. I'm extremely proud for Bubba Wallace, and hopefully he can keep it going. I'm extremely happy for Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, because like you said, Ocho, the more you win, the more sponsors. Because this is not a cheap sport.
And it's not easy either.
No.
It's not easy either. I wish I could talk NASCAR, the specifics on what it takes. Like I can talk football, or I can talk soccer, or I can talk boxing, but how you have to strategize yourself like you're running the 800, or you have to strategize yourself like you're running the 400. Like you can't just go out there and step on the pedal and just, you got to worry about gas, you got to worry about tires. Like it's so much that goes into it.
Yeah. How much? What fuel? What is the fuel? How many laps can we go? If it comes down to it, are we going to push it? Because if we push it, there's a chance on the final lap we run out of gas. We've seen that happen before. My teammates, hey guys, let's find somebody, let's draft. Bubba was telling me how they cut the engines. Yeah. And coast. And then fire back up to go again. So there's a lot of strategy. Like you said, you just don't step on the gas and let's go around the track as fast as we can.
Right.
We don't want to blow the engine. That's what testing's for. You get an idea of how the tires are burning, the type of track, what's going on. Am I going to stay low? Am I going to get high? What's the best, what's the best time to pass? Where's the best areas to pass? There's so much going on.
And sometimes you drift. You know about drift?
Draft.
Draft. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I used to play NASCAR. I used to play NASCAR on what's that, PlayStation? Xbox, one of them.
Oh, yeah. And then you get guys to bump draft you. When they draft you, hit you in the bump, move you out the way, and now they go past you.
They shoot right by you like a slingshot.
Yeah, you sling. That's the move they call it. They call it a slingshot.
Yep.
But it's very competitive, and sometimes guys, You spent I ain't forgot what you did last time. You spent me. I'm gonna spin your ass out.
Yeah.
I think that was 79 when it was, who was it? Was it Cale Yarborough and Bobby Allison got into it? And Richard Petty?
Oh, listen, it's been some,
That ended up passing on the last light. That ended up, he got number 7. Was it?
boy, it's been some epic fights in NASCAR, boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They throw hands. Oh, you wrecked me? Hey, you wrecked my, oh, yeah. They throw hands. They throw hands in NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
So congratulations, Bubba.